Good evening, this is Gavriel Jacknin, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day. Negative Mitzvah 132 continued from yesterday. A Mitzvah Day keeps your soul on its way. Okay, now the author, the Chafetz Chaim, usually does not do this, but he goes into a whole musar. Like, really, he talks very deeply about this mitzvah that we just learned. Again, that it's a negative commandment not to be conjugally intimate with a woman ritually unclean from the menses. And we're continuing over here. Now, on the subject of the actual duty of ritual immersion for a woman unclean from the menses, there is no need for us to speak. For who among our people does not know the seriousness of her duty according to the Torah? She is clearly ritually unclean from the menses as long as she has not undergone immersion. Even if many years go by from the time she has seen, i.e. experienced her menses, and she has already become old, so that she has ceased seeing any flow, she nevertheless remains defiled by the law of the Torah from the time she saw the menses. She has still not become ritually purified. And the prohibition on a nida, again, a woman who is in the midst of her period, a woman unclean from the menses, is well and widely known throughout Jewry, even to the very youngest one among the young, who has but a bit of knowledge of the 5 books of Moses in our written Torah. For it is a plain, explicit verse, quote, "And you shall not approach a woman to uncover her nakedness while she is in the defilement of her menstrual uncleanliness." Then it is written at the end of the scriptural portion, "For whoever shall do any of these abominations, the souls that do them shall be cut off from among their people," which means that the woman also suffers chorus, divine severance of existence, on account of this. And many times in the scriptural portion, the point is repeated that it is an abomination which defiles the land and defiles the soul, so that one's soul is cut off completely from the land of the living. Even if heathens should compel him to do this, a person has to give up his life sooner than commit this sin, since it is equivalent to idol worship. One more paragraph. Now, in view of the great extent to which this is common knowledge among the Jewish people, it might seem a wonder and a puzzlement if we were to set down before the reader the great seriousness of its prohibition, just as there is no need to warn everyone not to cut off his head. Yet, now, for our numerous sins, mindless people and dolts, as he says here, have begun to make a complete breach in the matter of ritual immersion. Their wives do not undergo immersion at all for the defilement by the menses, thinking it only some mere custom of Judaism. It is therefore necessary for us to be a bit lengthy about the seriousness of this wrong, so as to warn the people against this enormous, frightful sin. And he really continues to go on, but we will continue that tomorrow. Thanks for listening. That was part 2 of Mitzvah number 132 of the Negative Commandments. We'll see you tomorrow.